Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. We're going to talk about Heroes Reborn. Not the one from the 90s. If you're of a certain age, you're thinking back to when the House of Ideas actually had new ideas, and they had Heroes Reborn in the 90s. In my brain, it was 97. According to Comicron, it started in 96. And that was Heroes Reborn. The Marvel was like, yo, we're not selling any books here. Avengers is selling less than 100,000. What is going on? And so they got people like Rob Liefeld to come back, do some art for them, and they sold like hotcakes. In fact, I think I have this Fantastic Four #1. It's either this one or I have the Post Heroes Reborn one down here. Either way, I got one of these. I bought it at an actual newsstand. But you can see, man, they sold hotcakes. Look at this, man. Moving 250,000 units for Captain America when he was doing like 80,000 beforehand. Iron Man was doing 60. Of course, these numbers here are kind of like the numbers you see for Batman and Spider-Man, the top selling books right now. That's how far the market's fallen, is what used to be numbers that were like, oh boy, we're in trouble, we need to cancel the book, are now like the standard numbers. And these sales figures here, 200,000, 270,000, is like 10 times the number of your average comic book right now. So that's kind of crazy. That's absolutely kind of crazy that the market has degenerated thusly. So anyway, new event. This I got this link to the article on Comicron from Big Bang Comics here because I was looking at their Twitter after I saw this article here where they're like, "Yo, Heroes Reborn has more covers than we have orders." Now, as I understand it, Big Bang Comics is one of the larger stores in Ireland. That's my understanding. I don't know if it's 100% true, but that's my understanding. They're a big store, and they're not selling very many copies of this. I remember when like Immortal Hulk came out, and my local store couldn't keep copies in stock. Man, he got copies. I think there was something like mixed up with Diamond where he ended up with extra copies or something like that, and Diamond wanted him to ship them back, and he was like, "I'm going to sell these," or something like that. I vaguely remember something like that. It was like 3 years ago. What do you want from me? And he had like 40 copies, and he couldn't keep them in stock. Well, here we are with a store ordering, I don't know how many covers exactly there are, but like, let's just say there's 10. So a store's ordering like 10 copies. And that's it. At least that's what people want from them. They'll probably order some extra to have on the rack to sell. And if they're all the Art Germ cover, maybe that'll work out for them. Because apparently this is the cover everybody's ordering because they want that Art Germ artwork. Who can blame them? The lighting effect is great, and this transparent shield thing over here is kind of blowing my mind just a little bit because it looks awesome. It's got like little rivets or something around the edge, man. Like, that is just too much. That's too much. Too cool. Oh boy. So you've got a new #1. And it's not just a #1 for like a series or something. It is a #1, which is also the start of a red letter marquee big, big event that's supposed to be important. Uh-huh. It's supposed to be important. Oh, let me scroll down here. So they're not selling that many books. And these two comic book stores, I've never heard of these, I don't think. Strange Adventures in Canada and Double Midnight Comics in New Hampshire are both saying, yeah, we're not selling a lot of books. And they go on. We've heard similar things from US based stores, but there's so many stores it could be a tiny snapshot. And there's a funny line on one of these here. Yeah, it's this one. A shop like us might cut the orders to the bone, but then another shop. There we go. That's English. Another shop will sell 10 or will order 10,000 to make sure they get those hot gated variants. Yeah, like those 1 to 1,000 ratio variants, i.e., the Midtown Comics only covers. But I think the point here is kind of what it says in the top tweet. Event fatigue is a real problem, and all these have diminishing returns. People keep buying them, so they'll keep doing them. Well, that's obviously not the case here. People aren't buying them. Maybe this is it. Maybe we've hit the point. After Absolute Carnage, which wasn't even an event, Absolute Carnage was just like 4 issues of the Venom comic series. Maybe after that. And after Empire flopped, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but from my recollection last year, because of the pandemic, Empire just kind of stopped and went away. Like, they didn't even really, like, at least in my mind, like, I'm trying to remember if I even saw anything. I think I saw, like, one book that was Empire and a bunch of, like, those dollar reprint comics they do that would support it, introducing characters that I didn't care about. I don't think they actually, like, did everything they wanted to do for Empire. So after a couple of bad events, people not buying into an event seems like the natural response to me. And if we're lucky, this is a number one and an event, and they're not selling out. They're not making a bajillion dollars off of this. That should tell you something. People, I think, are either getting tired of Marvel or they're getting tired of number ones coming out, the endless reboot cycle. Because you do that reboot, you get that new number one, and before you know it, you've got like 9 or 10 volumes of Captain Marvel, and it's kind of ridiculous. Or maybe people are just getting tired of being on the event treadmill and always having a new world changing event every couple of months. If there is no status quo, having an event to shake up the status quo seems kind of silly. That's just my opinion. But I got a good laugh when I saw this headline over here at Bounding into Comics, and I wanted to shed some light on this because the old Heroes Reborn like doubled or tripled the sales of books. This Heroes Reborn apparently is not making it out of the starter blocks, man. I don't know. I could be wrong. It could turn out that Midtown Comics buys like 50,000 copies on its own or something to get all those exclusive variants or something. I don't know. Um, yeah, I was about to make fun of this picture and be like, why is somebody from the Power Pack over here? But you know what? We're just going to stop the video. You all have a great day. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I sure hope to see you again next time. Until then, bye-bye.